Welcome back to the Blissful Badger. So, how is everyone today? I am hoping that the sounds are okay. Slightly different microphone setup today. Different overhead cam. I was working on this Orc Boy before going live. Needs a bit of glue. I hope that the mic isn't too bad. Someone shows up, let me know. Since it's a new microphone, I turned off all of the old filters that I had. So I wanted to see which ones worked and which ones didn't. And if you noticed, it has a little bit of an autofocus and auto color correction, so hopefully it'll pick up colors better than it was. I know it changes colors a little bit. White balance, so that's just, that intrigues me, by the way. So let me know if it's better or worse. I don't have quite as much zoom capability anymore. Alright. But a cleaner image with less zoom is probably better, right? Alright. Orc Boy glued up. Focus. There we go. Focus and then color correction. Or white balance. Okay. That's good to know. Still learning this thing. First time I've set it up, so... Well, had it set up. So... Alright. It might also be picking up on the white back here, so... Let's see what happens if I move that. Not much better. Maybe. Didn't really know what to work on tonight, so... You know. Might as well build some more beakies. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. I guess they give you extra heads. That's kind of weird. I don't know. I thought I've already built 30 of these, but by the look of things, I have extra heads? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I upgraded to the best camera that they had at the store that still plugged into the USB 2.0 port that I have on the computer. So... let's see about the zoom. Oh yeah, I am zoomed in. That is fully out. So. Yep. Hmm. Yep. I'm hoping that the sound quality and video quality are slightly better than previous streams. So yesterday I played I attempted a tournament-style list of Necrons with some proxies versus a tournament list of Custodes. And, yeah, that didn't go very well for me. Which, you know, just because I bring stronger units doesn't mean my dice don't still hate me. Um, it was not horrible, but I don't think I know how to use Canoptic Wraiths properly. Or I guess I do know how to use them properly, just not near a Blade Champ. Yeah, Blade Wizard. Blade Champion. They blender, and being able to precision the character out and getting rid of the Feel No Pain kind of makes them not anywhere near as survivable as I would hope. And, so yeah, they kind of just folded. I survived until the top of turn 4, and there was no way my 2 units left, my 2 units of death marks in the back line, his back line, would have survived another round. I was a little bit too aggressive turn 1 because I drew area denial, and we had a 4th center objective, and I wanted the power matrix. So I ended up having 4 units in the center field on turn 1, and just more fuel for the Custodes to jump out and mulch. So if I had held them back and allowed myself to lose area denial and not worry about the power matrix in the center turn 1 or 2, I could have probably killed a unit or 2 before they got into melee, and that would have probably... Yeah, those golden boys. Let me know if the microphone isn't working great. I haven't reintroduced any of the filters that I had on the old one. So, but yeah, if I'd held back for a turn or two, made it go long game, I might have been able to kill a unit or two ahead of time, and that would have taken out a lot of his force, but I mean, he only had, I think, 6 units or something like that, so it wasn't huge versus my spread of models, and I really think I just played too aggressively against that opponent, and I should have held back, gone long game, but, you know, it was the first time I faced Custodes, and it was a tournament list, so, you know, overall it is what it is. But yeah. I think I ended up scoring 35 points through the game, and on primary and secondary. So, $35 out of 90 is not really that great. Fine in a normal game where you're just having fun, but not as much so if it's a tournament. That's a good way to get very low scores and not place anywhere in the upper area. So, so how have you been? Working on anything cool? Because for the first, like, 3 minutes of the stream, I did build an orc boy. Well, at least I glued him up. Where'd the 10th backpack go? Okay. Why am I a backpack short? I am really confused right now. Okay. I would go over and look in the bucket, but currently working on stuff, so not as important. But definitely not sure where where that 10th one went. Pretty sure I didn't just cut it out if I don't have it right in front of me. But honestly, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to work on, and I only chose these because they were easily accessible. And I haven't primed the rest of the Death Guard. So, adding a few extra models to the priming queue isn't a horrible thing. But I could have just as easily chosen more Orc Boys or something like that. I'm looking forward to a whole bunch of Skaven soon. And Stormcast. So, not too much left to go before that stuff will be the primary focus. So, just a few side projects getting built and finished before a couple of weeks of Skaven and Stormcast. Oh yeah, this is the backpack that has the little ridge. It's to signify the, what, character with the banner. But I already have those two built out of the 40. But yeah, that's I don't know. Just been a weird week for hobbying. I've sat down several times this week to build orc boys, and I ended up building 5 over the course of the last 3 days, and could have been building more of them right now, but I don't know. It's also been very hot and today quite rainy, so could have something to do with it. Could also not. But progress is progress. Yeah, I seriously don't see a backpack anywhere on the floor. All 10 shoulder pads are still here. I don't think I used one for anything else. I mean, all the bodies are right here, and these have a different type of connection on the back. So I wouldn't have used it on a different model. I really don't know. I might have trimmed it out and not put it in the bag of random bits. I don't know. I'm probably not going to build all 10 of them tonight anyway, so I'll have some time to look around. For those of you in the Discord, you know I went on a hike this week. That was a very fun time. I hadn't gone camping overnight in almost 3 years. So I posted a few pictures in the Discord. I didn't take very many pictures, but they're posted. It was hot, but it was fun. But yeah. I try to do that every now and then. Hiking more so than camping, but, you know, both fun. I was back at the Amadahi Trail. Yeah, I'm thinking before the 13th of next month, I'll get the rest of these built and primed, and I need to finish up a couple of other small projects before Skaven Tide. Again, I do plan on doing a daily live stream on that. I'm going to build it and paint it and all the way through. Probably an hour or two a day, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter, depending on the day. Build it, paint it, all the way through. I want it to be my first completed starter box, which is crazy to think about because I've had Leviathan for a year and I've painted 6, 7, 8, 10 models maybe from it. Maybe a few more, but definitely not the whole thing. I've had Indomitus for 4 years, and I've not painted any of the... Well, no. I haven't finished painting half of it yet. I still don't have a Royal Warden painted. I don't have my... You know, wait. Did I do the Royal Warden? Might have done the Royal Warden. I haven't done any of the Doomstalkers. I know that much. But, you know, I haven't finished painting an Indomitus box yet. I have 2 Dominion boxes, and of that I have 1 Potgrot 80% painted out of 2 whole Dominion boxes. I have 1 model partially painted. Dark Imperium, I haven't painted any of the Plague Marines or characters. I have partially on one of them so far. And then in Dark Vengeance, which, you know, 6th edition, when I bought it, I have all of the Dark Angels from 1 built and painted. Well, I have the Dark Angel staff twice over, built and painted. I have a Hellbrute painted. I have a Chaos Lord painted. I have Cultists painted. But I do not have the Chosen painted. They're still primed and ready to be painted, but whole thing is, even from 6th edition, I still haven't done a full starter box. So it might be easier and faster to just finish off the Cultists and call it a day. Or not Cultists, the Chosen, and call it a day. But Skaven Tide's going to be the first one I finish. Just first starter. 2-player set, you know? I'm going to build it, paint it, everything. All the way through. It's going to be the first one. Finally going to make it happen. So. Which will be good, because then I can, you know, say I've done it. And then I can start finishing off some of the other ones. So. And, you know, do that going forward, so I don't just have models piling up over and over and over again on top of each other. Some of the Dark Vengeance models aren't even playable anymore. So I actually have new basing. Well, I have new bases to rebase my Ravenwing bike squads into Outriders, since that's what they suggest you turn them into these days. Even though the weapon loadouts aren't proper. I mean, they're still bikes and they'll be on the new Outrider-sized bases, so. you know, if you're not gonna get things done before they're already not models that are not legends, um, or having to proxy them as something else, you know, it makes sense to actually get them done and on the table. So, that's my goal. I mean, even the Chosen, they're a different size than the new ones. So, they're still 25mm bases. Okay, now that I've cleaned the backpacks, I'm going to step away and look and see if I can find that 10th backpack real quick. I'll be right back. Hello! I was looking for the 10th backpack. It's going alright. I was like, where did the 10th one go? So, I found it. How are you? Hopefully everything's focusing right and the audio's better than it has been. I don't know. I just changed the camera out for a new one, so let me know if there's anything that, like, I don't have any of the old filters anymore, so I don't know how I sound compared to how I used to. Just hopefully the quality's better. It auto focuses and changes light now, so I don't know. But yeah, just hanging out, just working on some models, trying to get a few things done. Yeah, I remember you were saying about that. But I just figured I'd build the rest of the tactical marines for my Death Guard before Skaven comes out, and I work all on that, you know, Stormcast and Skaven for the next several weeks, well, on the 13th. So I have a little bit of time to finish a couple of other projects, and then I'm hoping to actually do a full two-player, well, the starter box with the two forces, start to finish. Even my Dark Vengeance boxes from 6th edition aren't complete yet, so I'm looking forward to finally getting one start to finish done. So it's a goal. Yeah, lots of minis. Um, I mean, I'm planning on building and painting 74 minis and 4 pieces of terrain. You know, the little walls that they're gonna have in, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks. I'm hoping it'll be 3 weeks. It's gonna be a lot of work. Um, but if I have my schedule cleared and I have plans for daily streams, even if it's only for an hour or two, I should be able to. I mean, you know, I should get close, if not finish, in 3 weeks. So, it might take a month. But just the idea of having start to finish, it's so. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be one box that I can't say is just sitting in the opportunity anymore. So. Oh, yeah? Is that for Crisis Protocol or something different? And then to follow that up, which Spider-Man? Alright. I know there are people at the game store I go to that play it. I just haven't looked into it or purchased anything for it. Um, some really cool models, though. And I think, what is it, like just a tiny bit scaled up from 40k? So that's better details on it. More true scale, though. Um, but between all the tokens and specialty things, I hadn't really thought about it very hard yet. But they are cool models. Oh. That sounds really fun. Okay. Yeah, I have to say there's so many cool games out there and cool models. It's not just about GW, which is nice. Like, I enjoy building and painting Games Workshop and playing 40k and soon Age of Sigmar, but Oh, Squirrel Girl. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, everything I've heard of Squirrel Girl, I love it. It's just so great. Okay. Let's see. 4, 6. Okay. So this squad is the one that has the regular bayonets. I haven't read as many comics, and it's been a long while. Give away my age a little bit if I actually specify when I used to read my comics. But let's just say Age of Apocalypse was really cool. The camera does zoom, well, the camera does focus slightly different location where I used to have. Ah. It's interesting. Yeah. Okay, that's... I just had a power flicker. Just making sure that my stream's still good. Okay, yep. That is why I have battery backups on all of my stuff. Well, I mean, if anyone could KO the Hulk, it would be Squirrel Girl. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it started raining pretty hard about an hour ago, like 20 minutes before I started the stream. Um, so, I don't know how it is right now, but Storm, you know, it does what it does. But yeah, I think MCP could be fun to play. I have so many other things that I could work on and play, and if I was gonna choose another game system, it would probably be Necromunda or Mordheim before I do MCP. I don't know. As I was saying, I don't know. Maybe. Tell you what. After I finish building Skaven, remind me I need to start playing Necromunda. I don't need to start another project now when I know in 4 weeks' time I'm going to be building and painting 74 models. But after that, I think maybe that's a good time. Plus, there's a possibility that we'll have a new starter box set or whatever, and rules will change, and that might be a good time to work on that. So, Skaven and then possibly Necromunda. Okay. I might keep my eye out for the starter box in case, I happen across a good sale or something. The quarterly swap meet happens to be the same day that Age of Sigmar 4.0 releases. So that's going to be a long day of go to the swap meet, go to my game shop, pick up Skaven, do whatever I'm doing at the shop that day, come home, and actually do a stream. So it'll be a long day, but it'll be a fun day. So I am looking forward to 4 weeks from yesterday. Can't believe it's less than a month. But yeah, I might be able to find some MCP stuff at the swap meet. Or some Necromunda stuff. I think they had a couple of was it the Escher gang box last time I was there? And someone was selling a whole table full of Necromunda terrain, but it was like $450 or something like that. So it was a little bit more expensive than I had just sitting around. But I don't know what'll be there this time, and I, you know, I'm just happy I found the Age of Darkness box last time. That was a really great find, and actually started me working on the one I already had. So, anything for motivation, right? But I do think that Necromunda would be fun. I just need to see where I want to go with it. Yeah. Based on all of the other armies that I play currently, I might actually prefer, what is it? Uh, Goliath? Or something else that's heavier, close combat type stuff. Charging in sounds like it might be fun in a game like that. I like the look of the Palanite Enforcers. I'm not as interested in the Waste Nomad look. They were cool for like cultist type models, but as far as like for a game to play, I don't know. I am curious how much of the Ash Waste stuff is going to be usable in the new edition of Necromunda, being that it's going to be back in the Underhive, right? So, I think I'll look and wait, and if I find a great deal, I'll get it. And if not, I might wait until the next big box set release so I can get the new rules and all that stuff all at once. So, but yeah, like I said, probably after Skaventide's done. I don't want to have so many different projects going on at once. I like 3 or 4, but going into, you know, a dozen or more projects, big projects at once, is a little bit much. Well, I'm not saying just close combat. I'm okay with some shooty, some close combat. Well, expansion, edition. I mean, they're. I don't know. I just think that in a hive versus out on the wastes, I mean, are you going to be running your buggies around inside the hive? I mean, maybe, but I don't know. So, but yeah, I'll keep my eye out for several things because, I mean, if I find, you know, old Skaven or Stormcast at the swap meet, or if I find some Necromunda or MCP, you know, there's quite a few things that I could end up finding. I still have a couple of projects from, what, 6 months ago that I haven't worked on. I saw a mostly complete box of Starship Troopers, and I had to get it. But other than looking inside and just seeing what I had and noticing that it is not a full set, but a decent amount, you know, I have some research still to do on that, and I'm looking forward to building those models and painting some, but I'm not exactly sure when that'll be, or exactly if it's enough to actually play a game or not. Yeah. It was a really fun find, but, you know, I don't know if I have all of the bugs I need or all of the troops. So I need to do a full-on unpacking and inventory and, you know, start to finish on that. So but you never know what you might find at a swap meet, so I knew I had to get it because the likelihood of finding it again is small. The price was good. No instructions inside of it, no rule book or anything, just models. But, you know, usually the instructions and rules are the easier things to find, or I can just, you know, toss it into a model agnostic game. That's always a possibility. But yeah, I mean, I thought I was gonna get some Dust Tactics models last swap meet, but it didn't work out. They were asking too much for them. And yeah, I heard about Infinity getting new models, a new faction. I remember, years and years ago, watching Mini Wargaming and their Infinity battle reports. I never actually got into it, but I knew it was it was up there with War Machine and Hordes as one of the, like, 3 or 4 main game systems out there. I mean, it's secondhand and swaps and, you know, Facebook Marketplace occasionally. My first Age of Darkness box was actually from Facebook Marketplace. But each place has a different type of thing available. And then, you know, there's always the 3D printing aspect. that I've only had bad luck with, but I know other people have had good luck. But it's another hobby in itself, so. Yeah, I remember watching that years and years ago and like setting up reactive points and trying to keep the opponent from getting close enough, and then oh, what do I remember? There were like 3 ghost tokens that it could be one of these 3 that it was actually the model or decoys or whatever. I remember watching a few games, but I used to watch a lot of mini wargaming. I haven't seen any of their stuff in several years. But yeah, it looked like a version of chess, but with, 8 different factions going on instead of 2. And each one being its own version of, are you playing checkers, chess, Go, or Uno? I don't know. And then I keep remembering I do own 2 2 yeah, 2 Malifaux forces that I could play at the same time. And I'm like, okay, I could play that, or the other side. I have models for that. And, it's again another skirmishy type game with unique models that are cool, and I still haven't worked on those. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so it's like bringing a knight in a 1,000-point game of 40k. Yeah. Whereas if your opponent just completely ignored it, it would have been 200 to 120. Instead, it was 100 versus 80, and you had plenty of extra guys to do stuff outside of that hallway, right? Like in my game Custodes versus Necrons yesterday, he brought a Land Raider, and I completely ignored it. I didn't shoot a single time at it. Because I knew if I could kill his squads, it would have been so much better. I just I didn't position myself right. Okay. Yeah. But that is part of the fun too. Like, you bring a big model you're expecting to just hold something, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to do that. It's like, okay, that's not what I expected, but cool. uh, yeah, that sounds fun. That's fair. Okay. Well, I've cleaned a bit. I've got about half of the model. Each of these still needs a left and right shoulder pad, holstered pistol, and belt pouch. And this was only heads and packs of 10 and arms of 5. So, probably going to just pack each of them up into a little baggie and have them ready when I'm ready to do more. Because Got about 10 minutes left, so I'm not gonna go crazy and do a whole bunch more. There's no real hurry on getting these guys done. I do want this to be one of the armies I get over 1,000 points before the end of the year. You know, but I already have enough built, waiting for priming for that. Might have these built and primed before 4th edition Age of Sigmar. And I've just started hearing about rumors of Heresy 3.0. So that might be interesting. Not gonna rush out on that. I'm gonna continue building the things I was gonna build. I mean, I have 142 models total for the army right now, so not in any hurry to add more to it, but if there is a Heresy 3.0, there's going to be a release box, and that'll be fun. Cool. Feel free to post pictures again. Yep, okay. But yeah, if Heresy 3.0 becomes a thing, that isn't a horrible time to get more models. But also not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna build what I already have. Gotta get different ones. No, I am definitely going to build and paint the 142 Heresy models before I buy more of them. Unless it is a starter box. But oh yeah, what was it, a week ago? I had the whole desk covered in stuff, and is that not color fix it? Okay, there we go. I still have a few extra things on the desk today, but within the next month, I want to have everything cleaned off, all the space available. The only paints on here being Skaven paints and Stormcast paints. Yeah. There's always something else to work on. I think it's a good thing to always have something else to work on, but it does make it a little bit of a hassle if they get in the way of other projects. So and with 74 models to build and paint, I will need this whole desk. But for now, I have 5 more halfway done. I finished gluing up the orc at the beginning of the stream. Yeah. I should be able to get a good amount of projects completed, or at least to a good finishing, you know, a good stopping point for 4.0. Let's see. I have 3 more weeks before I'll be working on the Skaven Tide. I think one will be one of the next three is going to be me trying out my Stormcast paint scheme. I have a couple of models primed right now. I need to figure out if I want to prime white or prime black. If I'm doing mostly metallics, I think black will be better. If I'm doing like contrasts, I think white would be better. But I need to see what color scheme I want to go with. Another stream, I might try to finish painting the last model I need for, oh yeah, there we go. The last model I need for my Disciples of Tzeentch 1000 points. Just sitting right here. That's the last one I need to do for 1000 points of Disciples of Tzeentch. At least until they change the points. And list building. So there's that. And the third one I might build. I might paint. I don't think I'll base models on stream. It gets really messy. But yeah, I have 3 streams, and 2 of them are going to be painting, probably. So I know that the new Army Painter Fanatics line metallics should be fine going over white, but with all of the different metallics I already have, some of them don't go over white very well. So that's why I'm kind of back and forth on that. But with the I find certain armies I like going with white base. Some of them I like the black base. I'm not going to paint my Blood Angels or Dark Angels without using black as the primer. Still need to get more use out of my airbrush. I'm not really doing zenithals yet. I still haven't set up a indoor spray area, so I would have to go out in the elements to do that right now, and that's either early in the day or late in the day, and you know, some starting to rain at night or evening time. Honestly, I still have a bunch of Necrons I still need to paint up. I got a bunch of them primed and the first color base coat down, but I was hoping to get 1000 points minimum painted up during the Crusade, and that kind of stopped a few weeks ago. So I did not succeed in getting 1000 points before the Crusade ended. But that doesn't mean I should stop painting them. I should actually get them painted. And after doing that basing color slot, splotch thing, I know what I want for a basing scheme. So nothing holding me back on those, other than just other projects and not feeling like it. But overall, so I don't know what the next, what order the next 3 streams will be, but at least one of those is going to be figuring out colors for the Stormcast army. And another one will be a painting stream, but I don't know about the third one. But you know, it's one of those fun things to sit down and go, okay, I'm gonna work on this today. I like to know a few hours early, but planning more than a week ahead is usually not the way I want to go with it. I mean, knowing Scaventide's going to be here in 4 weeks, I'm obviously going to be building that week. Because I won't be able to build a whole box of models in a single day. Yeah, I appreciate it. Um, I hope you enjoyed the video. Um, I do like chatting, and I want to see what these new models look like when they're built and painted. It's gonna be fun. Um, like building the Leviathan Tyranids was really fun. They go together a lot better than the old Termagants and stuff. So I'm just hoping that the details on the clan rats is going to be easy enough to paint up fairly fast, because you know, with every model looking slightly different and having some have more fur and some have more cloth and some have, you know, hopefully it doesn't take too long to paint them. So, but I am looking forward to it. But for tonight, oh no. Like, I have Grey Knights. It took me a little over a year to build and paint them. So, yeah, it's not something I would do in a day. Like, I've looked at, like, the 24-hour challenges people do, and I'm like, yeah, I can do 24-hour challenge. It's gonna be 2 or 3 hours a day for however many days it takes. I like my sleep too much for that. Just doing the 80 minis in 8 hours with all the blue and crimson horrors was such a long day. Like, all I did was watch YouTube and listen to music and have a camera time-lapsing, you know, and just, it was a long 8 hours. So, it's not something I would want to do very often. Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, it's fun. I love working on stuff. I don't mind working on it for hours and hours, but I don't think I would want to do it all at just straight through. So that's why I'm looking at building and painting as a multi-week type of thing, just every day, at least a little bit, just to keep the momentum up. So, but yeah, I hope you can make it to the next stream. But until then, I'm gonna head out, and I hope you find your bit of bliss.